Okay, I'll try to share my takeaway from chapters 3 and 4 on leadership and sustainability by Michael Fullan. Fullan emphasizes the necessity in chapter 3 for massive creation of leaders who are system thinkers who can catalyze commitment to a vision and to standards. According to Fullan, such leaders, such systems thinkers, such catalysts to commitment are critical for change and sustainability. He deplores the fact that not enough has been done or being done to make sure that there is continuum in our education system, continuum or sustainability in our school systems. So in this chapter, Fullan proposes answers to three fundamental questions that he's trying to answer in the chapter. Why are we here? Where are we? What can individuals do? And what can systems do? My first takeaway is Fullan's idea, encouraging leaders to inspire others and to intentionally produce other leaders rather than bringing in what he calls celebrity leaders or charismatic high-profile CEOs. I agree with Fullan that high-profile charismatic CEOs do not have much in common with the organization. They do not have the same level of connection and as members of the organizations who have been there for years and have developed ownership, or in some cases, if I can use this, some intimacy with the organization. These inside leaders have the benefit of already knowing the organization. They probably have lived nearby or in the area for a long time, and therefore they have greatest interest in its growth and sustainability. In Fullan's own words, it takes an insider to take a good school to greatness because it builds on what they inherit rather than striving towards a different vision against the inclinations of and preferences of staff. Insiders, according to Fullan, have a better idea of where the school is in terms of its strengths and weaknesses, and they are more likely ready to move ahead by building up on the strengths and trying to reduce and eventually eradicate weaknesses. And this is one step towards continuity or sustainability. In his own words, quote, "We are talking about greater expectations, not management, but leaders that promote the conditions of sustainability, leadership capable of leaving a solid legacy." And I thought of Dan when I read this statement. Not management, but leadership. I know Dan doesn't like even the word management. This resonates with me as when thinking of the place where I work currently. The structure allows for leadership opportunities. I could see this place as a fertile ground for leaders to grow. And I've seen many examples I could cite if I wanted to. My second takeaway is Fullan's emphasis on the fact that good leaders are those who look for ways to cultivate other leaders, to participate in networks and other knowledge sharing opportunities. In my view, it is part of a leader's responsibility to develop and maintain the courage to learn and on a constant basis so they can better inspire others and grow other leaders while intentionally creating a path to sustainability. Legacy, which is a word I like, is one of the things that great leaders strive to leave behind. They work to make sure that they leave a legacy with leaders, other leaders, and a hotbed of leaders capable of taking over and moving things around for sustainable change. My third takeaway is about what systems can do. And if systems are made of people, the way Fullan put it, what can be done if we need to change the system? And the first step is to change the people, the individuals that constitute the system. So a learning organization, as Fullan puts it, where people are continuously discovering that they create their reality and that they can change it. This is my favorite statement here. They are part of the problem. They create the problem, or they are part of how the problem was created, and therefore they should be part of the solution. If people working in an organization, beginning from the leaders to others, if they see things this way, and if leaders can spread the idea that or inspire people to believe that they should be part of the solution, therefore they are proliferating systems thinkers, which is very good for the health of the organization. This brings me to a point where I disagreed with one of my colleagues about encouraging professional growth in leaders. If we are encouraging professional growth, we value also all paths that can take them there, including credentials, degrees, and professional development. Collaborative relationship and structures are critical in building a fertile ground for sustainability. For example, teachers across grade levels should be able to communicate, discuss, and plan together, and share their best practices for the better success of the students. In chapter 4, I like where Fullan refers to the 7 languages of transformation. I like the connection of smart organization and the type of conversation that take place inside organization. It is amazing how the language spoken can change the whole dynamics at work. They affect or create the whole spirit of what happens in the organization. I think at a time when 6 years ago there was some structural change at the school where I work, and some people were very frustrated, and then all you could hear is complaints and blame, people angry at their bosses, and I was happy at that time. I just read a little book that most people have read, Who Moved My Cheese. I was ready to live with the change that was going on, and I was in that positive spirit that the change was something I was supposed to live with and adapt to and change with. So I think it would be great if these 7 languages of transformation could be cultivated in all organizations. I think that's conducive to higher morale, better collaboration, uh, and all of that within progressive interactions. In such contexts, even conflicts, actually Fullan discusses that in chapter 4, even conflicts are taken as an opportunity for growth, for learning from each other. My second takeaway from chapter 4 is about progressive interactions. I think progressive interactions make a workplace likable. Think about a place where you go to work every day, where you spend at least 8 hours of your day, and then you don't have motivation to go there. You don't like the professional, the human environment. That could be very discouraging and very demotivating. So, but when you know that you're going somewhere with people that you like and who likes you, people you like to work with, people you like to interact with, people you have a common goal with, common vision, people you can work with, I think that's extremely important for any organization, including schools where we work. And my last takeaway, which is the third takeaway from chapter 4, is what Fullan calls adaptive challenges. Challenges whose solutions or resolving process is not known. Such challenges require creativity and thinking, and I see those challenges as opportunities to grow and solve problems by thinking out of the box. So adaptive challenges push leaders to be creative and to proficiently address complexities while inspiring other leaders in their environment. If I question the level of difficulty that leaders like superintendents might have to fight on a regular basis against political forces, is a big question. How do they face the political forces? I think that might be the most difficult, one of the most difficult challenges that leaders like superintendents have to face on a regular basis.